I'm back. What's up, everybody? So I had a feeling I was gonna go live coming to the playground, and then I was like, nah, maybe not. Maybe I'll be present. But there's not a lot going on right now. So I think I am gonna go live.
Mama, who drew this?
Someone drew something?
And
Oh, yeah, look at that.
who drew it?
Something. It says, I don't know what it says.
Why? Why? Why don't you know what it says?
Sometimes people do graffiti on the playgrounds. Sometimes.
Why don't you know what it says?
Because I can't read that. Could you all read that?
No.
That's nothing. It just says, I think it's somebody's initials. QVP. QVP. So, yeah. So not much going on. So it turns out I am going live after all. I did a little bit of a workout, some planking, and I did a couple push-ups, and I did some mountain climbers, and I did some hanging on the bars, and that's it. I don't know why the flag is at half staff today. It's so weird. If you all know why, leave a comment below. Am I like out of the loop with things? Like, anyways. Yeah, it's just turning into be like that, you know? It's like, this is what gets the algorithm to pay attention to my content. So this is what I'm gonna do. And yeah, it's been a really wild hiatus, but I feel like I'm finally committed to doing this again full time, full power and full time. So, what's up? Who's in here? 2 people. Are you bots or are you real? Are you real? Or are you bots? Bots. So what do you all, oh, 7 people. Are you real or are you bots? You gotta leave a comment. Let me know who you are and where you're from. Oh, you're real. Yeah, but you're a smart bot. Kenny 7921 says I'm real. Rick Woodthorpe says, no, I'm real. Prove it. How are you gonna prove it? Smart bot. How smart of a bot are you, Kenny7921? Prove to me you're human. Oh, that's right. I was gonna start a live stream with the capability to add a viewer, and I totally forgot to do that. Aditya Singh Raghuwan. Oh my God, that's a mouthful. Aditya Singh Raghuwanshi. Wow, that's the most beautiful journey of your life is about to begin. Get ready. Ooh, what are you? Oh man, you're like this girl who I follow from India, and she channels and she puts out beautiful messages like that every single day. Like, but she's like spooky good at it. She's been posting these videos like, if you see this video at 3 a.m., then it's for you and you're gonna make like a huge life change or something like that. And pretty cool. Thank you for that. Yeah, I do feel like that. I feel like not only the most beautiful, but like the most delayed. The most delayed journey is about to begin. The most necessary journey is about to begin for me. This journey of alignment and finding our true purpose. Finding our true purpose in life. Who wants to find? I want to find my true purpose. I want to ride it all over the Bahamas or Los Angeles. Let's find our true purpose and let's ride it. I'm just kidding. Rick Woodthorpe says, yeah, same. Eva G. Hello, Eva G. Kenyam79. Where are you? Looks like a nice park. I'm in Connecticut. Thunderslap 5000 says, Same thing. Woodrop, yeah, like a bike. Aditya Singh, you spell my name so well, by the way. Aditi, are you aware of my travels in India? Or are you a new subscriber? You must be aware. There's no way you haven't heard me talk about it at least once.
Can someone get my mother? No, you'll be fine. You can
But yeah, I'm at the playground again. This is where I get my free time or any time that I have. Like what limited time that I have, I get here. But my daughter is getting so fast, she's hard to catch now. It's like I have to constantly keep my eyes open to where she's at. How am I doing today? I'm doing good today. If you catch my live stream earlier, we cut up some watermelon. We started the day with some E3 Live and good vibes. Today, you just came on my live for the first time. Wow. Yeah, so I'm really good at these Indian names because I spent a wee amount of time in India. Like, if you calculate the total amount of time I spent there, I lived there. So the first time I went there, I was there for, or second time, I was there for a whole year because I didn't take the overstay situation seriously. So if you have a visa, basically they give you a 6-month visa and you can't overstay that visa. It's a big deal. But I was some cheeky, crass Los Angeles American, right? And I was like, no big deal, I'll overstay, whatever. It's the Indian government, who cares? They have naked babas here, you know? Like, they're not gonna care if I overstay. Well, it was a big deal and I had to go, like I tried to get exit through Gujarat and then they were dumb and sorry to say it, and I had to go to Mumbai where they understand foreigners. But it was just, bottom line, it was a process. It never overstay. But in total, I spent maybe, I started traveling there in 2013, 2012, and my last trip was 2019, so maybe a total of 5-6 years, predominantly in Gujarat, Vadodara. That was where I first went, and then I did some traveling in Mumbai and South India, and then my last trek was a 3,000 kilometer trek in the Himalayan mountains. So yeah, I've had a little bit of experience with traveling India, and I have a ton of friends over there, like a huge friend group, and they just jam and play music, and then just like a lot of friends, a lot of cool people that I met. So yeah, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. How was India? Did you visit? I did. So my trip in the Himalayas, I started off in Jaipur and then I just walked, and I walked up through Uttarakhand and Uttar Pradesh. Oh God, and those were the most beautiful. Seriously, if you're gonna like just take a quick trek, Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, I can't do it. I don't have the accent anymore. Uttar Pradesh, if you go up through there, it's just stunning, gorgeous pine trees, beautiful pine trees. Unfortunately, there's no more devdars. I guess when the British came through, they eliminated those trees, most of them. But just a lot of these really tall pine trees reminded me a lot of the West Coast. And a super cool experience I had out there. There are these dogs called, like, I guess they call them in like the Uttarakhand and the Uttar Pradesh area. They have these dogs that are known to help hikers along their journey, and I actually attracted one of those black dogs. They're like a very specific breed of dogs, and they're known as like the dogs that help hikers, and it was so cool. I actually attracted one, and like it hiked with me, and I think it would have continued to hike with me, but somewhere around that area I started hitchhiking because I was getting really exhausted, and I would hitchhike for like a couple of miles. Especially when I was in the desert of Gyu, I had to hitchhike. Like that was serious. I could have died. So, but yeah, I love Himachal, and I'll definitely be back there again one day. It's a beautiful, mysterious, graceful, amazing, just amazing place to visit. And like, I was drinking water right out of the streams on the mountain. Like I wasn't even carrying, like I had a water bottle with me, but I didn't have to buy food or water. Like pretty much the whole trek. It was just such an amazing experience. And I would definitely do it again. Definitely when my daughter gets older, I would do it again for sure. But wow, such a good trip. So so what are you all up to today? I'm not really sure what to talk about. Like I don't have any fruits with me to share, but I don't know, I just had this feeling that today I would want to go live from the playground. I just feel like it's important, like my astrologer said, it's important for me to keep up this vocal flow. She said that's what would bring prosperity into my life, is if I keep communicating with people. But it's not easy. Like it's not easy to do this every single day. And now it's at the point where now it looks like I'm doing this twice a day. So it's like it takes a lot of energy out of you actually. It takes some adjusting, some getting used to, but you know, not that difficult on this amazing raw vegan diet, y'all. It's so good. It is so good. Like nothing could bring me down, you know, even this silly worm parasite that's going around. Like it's like I hear and I get the higher messages, you know, so you could go with the timeline of darkness and be like, oh man, now I can't eat my fruits. Or you could just be like, no, this is God trying to tell me that the watermelon is ample now and we should all be eating watermelons and cantaloupes and all of these fruits that are in season. And like I knew, and it's amazing when you can see the good in everything, you know, like I knew that I was wasting my time eating all of these fruits that aren't in season right now. But like I just was having a really hard time breaking the habit, you know, just so used to the strawberries. And I don't know if raspberries are in season, but like the raspberries and God, just all the things I always eat, the mangoes and the bananas. And now you've got all these fruits that are in season that I have waited an entire winter for them to come in season, and I'm not eating them. So it's definitely an amazing motivation to eat these really good fruits that are super safe to eat right now because they're self-contained. You have to peel them, right? But it's good. I think this is good, and it's helping me stay motivated. It's like because I've been slightly slipping up with the diet, just like a little bit, you know, like having the cheese here and there. They say you're the sum total of the 5 people that you surround yourself with. And there's like, I don't know of any vegans in my area. I don't think I rub shoulders with any vegans on a daily basis. So it's just good to get out there and put yourself out there. And maybe like some vegans are watching this, raw vegans, maybe they're not. Either way, it's good to get yourself into the consciousness of other people who think differently. You know, even people from India. It's like one thing I wish America could do better is you go to India and I get it, it's like 1,000-year-old culture, right? And they've been eating vegetarian for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. But I think we could integrate more vegetarian lifestyle into American culture, but you know, it's going to take time. I mean, if you go to certain areas, like if you go to like Florida, you go to Oregon, you go to all these other places, there's a massive vegan and vegetarian influence, right? But not so much like in this area that I am in. And I would just say in Connecticut in general, it's taken them a long time to catch on to that idea of living just because it's not easy to do. It's not easy to do when you don't have that year-round fresh fruits and veggies. And I was talking to a farmer at the local farmers market who, just talking to him, he grows organic apparently, and asking him why we don't have fruit farms and why we don't do that year round. And his answer was just so obvious. I don't even know why I didn't think of it. He's like, because it would be insanely expensive. You don't get that kind of light year round to grow fruits, like to have a fruit farm, and it would be absurdly expensive. But I also find that people on the East Coast, because of their nutritional deficiency, tend to overthink absolutely everything. And when you're having a nutritional deficiency so hardcore, like most of the people do in New England, I won't just say the East Coast, but in New England, you're going to overthink everything. You're going to have anxiety about everything, and I can't tell you, since I moved up here, how many people have freaked out to me about the stupidest things. Like, I called this guy up at a fish store because I have a fish pond in the winter, and I was like, here, this is what I'm doing. I have a heater in my fish pond and I'm running the filter as well. And he's like, what are you doing? Shut that off. Your electricity bill is going to be so... And he was just reaming me out, freaking out, full anxiety attack on me. And so I went on ChatGPT and I found out exactly how much it was going to cost to heat the fish pond year round and not freeze my fish, And, or I think he did say to keep the filter running, but he said he doesn't use a heater or something. And it was like nothing. It was going to cost me probably, I think it was like another $20 on my electricity bill. Definitely not breaking the bank, definitely not worth freaking out about, but that's why so many people, we just need to get that diet in check, In other words, you asked the farmer a stupid question. No, I feel like the answer was obvious to me. Sojo said that. I think the answer was obvious to me. I think I just didn't want to accept it, And I feel like it's so cool, actually. So I mentioned this in a previous live stream. I reached out to the creators of my favorite movie of all time, Biggest Little Farm. Because, as if you've all been following, you know that we just had to sell my family farm, but I will get it back. I will get it back one day. And so I reached out to them, and it was so cool. I mean, he got back to me 6 months or something, after I messaged him, I think, a few weeks ago, and basically said, I'm so sorry about your farm, and unfortunately we don't do consulting. And apparently, I don't know if I can share this. I'm totally in the celebrity YouTube gossip these last 2 days. I don't know what's up with that. But he said to me that they're doing something totally different now. I don't know if I can share that or disclose that, but probably they're just doing some other form of regenerative farming or something. They're not really focused on their own farm so much, I guess. I don't know, but just really cool to hear from him. And and yeah, but where was I going with that? Oh yeah, I would just really love to revisit one day this idea of, I think one day if I had a ton of money, I would try to look into smart solutions on how to grow fruits year-round in this climate. And maybe that's not something Mother Nature intended, maybe it's not something I should dive into. Maybe people should learn how to forage and find fresh food year-round. And I guess, canning has been a reality in New England for a really long time, canning your food, but then it's not fresh. Fresh food is a totally different story. So I just feel like there has to be an eco-friendly solution, and someday we will figure it out. People will figure out how to live up here and thrive one day. And maybe I'll be a part of that story. So, yeah. But as for the moment, it would be incredibly expensive to do that. I look like an angel here with this ray of sun. For the moment, it would be incredibly expensive to do that because, you would just have to have, I don't know how much the electricity would be for those gigantic lights to power a greenhouse year round. It would be a lot, especially if you're going to feed a community. And you know, farming, it doesn't pay that much. Growing your own food, it doesn't pay that much. But again, I'm going to say one thing that we can all learn from every situation that we as a people, as a human collective, find ourselves in, especially as consumers. One lesson that we can take from what's going on right now with the produce is, you know, okay, just have cleaner food prep practices, right? That's one thing we can learn. But then also, grow your own food. Find a way to do it. I just posted a hilarious meme on my Instagram of this dude, this father, and it says, he's got like a tiny little garden, and the caption says, watering my garden so when the world ends, I have one turnip and, what do you say? One turnip and 3 bushels of lettuce to feed my kids. And I just thought that was hilarious, you know, but I think we need to get beyond that point of having like these personal little gardens and just figure out how we can garden and have bigger gardens, you know, but we'll get there eventually. So 21 minutes, dude, in total, I've live streamed today for a total of 50 minutes, 1 hour. This is 3 days in a row, and I think I can keep this up. And we'll see how this works. I wanted to do the share my screen thing and have like a guest on. Oh yeah, so that was another thing I was going to talk about. I'm going to be doing a podcast. Like I'm going to start podcasting, and it just seems to be. It's like I don't know how many guests I'm gonna have lined up before I finally decide to just do it. Like I've had this one Somanera who I told like last summer that we were gonna do a podcast together, and then he confirmed, and so he's one. And then another friend of mine, Avery, is like, when are we doing this? Like we've been planning for it. And then who else? There's another person. My friend Deanna, even, she was saying like our conversation that we just had was like a podcast, and she's someone who I would actually really legit love to do a podcast with and like have on my podcast. She wrote a couple of books called Emerge about transcending the victim and martyr mentality and basically owning your power. And she's a yogi, she's a mom of 3. She's super powerful. She's opening a healing center soon, and I would love to talk to her about that, because that's sort of been like a small dream of mine as well. Like I've had thoughts about doing that, but she's actually like planting roots in the ground right now in terms of making that happen. She sent me the what is it called? The pitch deck, and I looked it over. It was so cool. So I can't wait. I definitely want to have her on a podcast. We talk a lot about God and things like that, and she's just the coolest. She's one of the coolest people I know. So I can't wait to put some of those things out there. I'm thinking that I'll do it on like Instagram or something like that live, and then post it to YouTube afterwards. So a lot. When I told you in the winter time that this was going to be a pivotal summer and a lot was coming, and I would be doing fitness videos, and I will be doing the fitness videos still. I brought my tripod today with the intention to do some fitness videos. I'm just kind of waiting for the right time and the right moment, you know, when I'm really feeling it. So maybe we'll do some yoga and like fitness today. Find like a quiet spot somewhere and do some yoga and fitness. I swear to God, there are these Japanese bots. Every time I say I'm about to go, these Japanese people or something come in here and they're like, hey. But I'm going to stop assuming that you're bots, because I'm assuming you probably are real people. I mean, let's be real. Even though the internet is made up of mostly bots, at this moment in time, there's more bots than people. I'm going to assume most of you are real people. Kara Missima says, good chill person. Yes. Indeed. But you could thank this diet for that. This amazing diet. super connected with God. All right, I'm running out of steam. Maybe if I walk around a little bit and keep it going. If you have any comments, oh, I want to say another thing. I'm really impressed with YouTube these days and just how, as a creator who's not getting paid, I feel like that's I think why lives are getting so many views these days, because there's actually, or maybe not, but I'm really happy that there's so many features that are free for content creators that aren't partners, aren't YouTube partners. Super happy about it. So that's what's up. So yeah, anyways, I'm super happy that I fulfilled the intention that I had and actually went live. And now I don't know what else to do, because that was my only intention. I was like, I'm gonna go live. All right, I went live. It's been 24 minutes and kind of running out of steam here. But you know, YouTube is not like, and this is one thing that's really funny that I see a lot of creators doing. They take old media principles and they apply it to new media. So like these YouTubers who just gab. What do the Australians say? You have a flappy jaw. You just gab and gab and gab, and it's like, let's be clear here. There's no such thing as dead air on YouTube. Like, you can take up as much space as you want, at least for the time being, and have as much dead air as you want, like this. Doesn't matter, right? Because there's nobody paying. This is a free service. I don't have brands sponsoring me or anything like that. It's just totally free right now. I mean, I pay for YouTube Premium. I don't know if that makes a difference in my streaming capability. It might. But I don't know. Maybe some of you can drop a comment below, if any of you in the chat, if any of you have YouTube and it's not paid. Can you, or maybe you don't know, but I'm just curious if you can go live for a long time. Like if there's any caps or limits on your posting capabilities or your live streaming capabilities if you don't have YouTube Premium. One thing I really miss is Spotify. I canceled my Spotify and I've just been using YouTube Music for, months now, and it's not bad. I like YouTube Music. They have a good feature that really helps you learn about the music. And it's kind of gotten annoying to me now. I have to shut it off, and thank God they have a feature where you can shut it off. But it tells you about the music and it breaks it down, and when you really listen to it, it's crazy. You realize a lot of music out there, it's like sadness in disguise, and it really got me thinking. I'm just not the kind of person who's really into sad music or whatever. And so a lot of these songs, I'm shocked. I'm like, whoa, that was the story behind that song? Geez. And so I just have to shut it off because it kind of ruins my listening experience. But all in all, it's cool. Initially, especially, you get to learn about the songs and the stories of the songs and the stories behind the music, which is cool. It's like MTV that you control. You know, let's be real about the times that we're living in. There were days when we had MTV, we had no control over the music that we were listening to, and now we do. So it's great. It's really great like that. I prefer YouTube Music too. But yeah, on that topic, I've been missing my Spotify a little bit, just because I feel like I don't know. maybe I'm not missing it as much as I thought I was. But yeah. So, what else? What else is new? Where's everybody from? Where are you all from? You know, it's so beautiful when you finally, when you finally find what clicks for you, the diet that works, the lifestyle that works, and you have the energy to fulfill your intentions. For a long time, Vipassana meditation did that for me. But I've realized that stronger than the mental trip you can have, like, oh, I'm going to follow this religion, or I'm going to follow this or that study, or I'm going to be a doctor, I'm going to be a scientist, or whatever. And I've said this to a couple of people who, like, there's this one farm in the area a year ago or something I was looking for. I was looking for like a farm in the area, like a community that was growing food, organic food, fresh foods. And I found this one farm, and I don't know what's up with them. They're like a community. I reached out, but I never heard back. It was like there was like an application process. They said, what's the most important thing? How do you feel about this community? Or like, what's the most important thing about farming to you? Or I don't remember what the question was, but basically I said to him, I was like, if you want to be a valuable member of a community and you're not putting the right food in your body and you don't have the energy to live and thrive, and being a good doctor, let's be real, or a good scientist, like, if you can't show up in the world as the best version of you, how are you going to be like a good at anything? Like, if you're not healthy, and so many people, they just don't get this because like they're still intellectualizing it. They're not biologicalizing it, which is, I feel like, what you need to do. So me becoming more biological, less intellectual, which is not easy to do in Western culture. It is really not easy to do. And that's a whole other conversation. That was one of the most powerful things I've ever done. And I'm still continuing to do. Being less intellectual and more biological. What am I putting in my body? What kind of foods am I putting in my body? You know, because first and foremost, that's going to affect everything else. It's going to affect your mind. The foods that you put in your body, do they have chemicals? Are they science? Are they processed? You know? And like, that affects everything. So yeah, it affects your mental health especially. Why are you all alone today?
I like being alone.
You're having a weird day at the playground, huh? Usually you're running around and hanging out with all the kids, and what's going on?
The people won't play with me.
Why? Usually you play with them.
I wanted to tell them, but I just can't right now.
Really? Okay.
But I want to.
You want to?
Yeah, so ask everybody.
Why are you being shy today?
I'm not shy. I'm just relaxed.
Oh, it's hot today, isn't it? Even I think it's hot.
What else?
It's really, even I'm sweating today. And I don't usually sweat. It's very hot today. It is hot today. It's really hot. Well, I'm going to end this because this has been about, I think in total now, probably an hour I've gone live today. And I just want to be fully present.
Where's Mommy going?
Pragyan or Watt said, yeah, I also feel that. Whenever I eat McDonald's, I feel a bit done. Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, don't eat that stuff. My daughter, she's never had it. Not even once. And it's so good. So good. And when we go into the grocery store and there's things that she is gravitated towards because it's marketed to kids, it's got smiley faces and bright colors. we go and we look at it, and I explain to her, I'm like, look at these ingredients, these aren't real, you know, these aren't foods that you should eat. And she's learning that really young, which is cool. So she's gonna take that, carry that with her throughout her life, and hopefully continue on with the healthy, happy eating and lifestyle. Yeah, you gotta eat food that's living and gives you energy. And it's hard, you know, like when I went on that Indian trip, I got really sucked into the culture and the way they eat and all the people telling me, literally crossing boundaries and telling me, there's so many people, this is what you should eat and this is what you should be eating. And on some level they were right, because it's just so hot over there. I don't know what it would be like being raw vegan in India, where it's super duper super hot. You know, like I feel like over there you do need something a little more substantial, or you can't go outside. Because when you have temperatures of like 120 degrees Fahrenheit, like I depleted myself so many times. But at the same time, I haven't gone raw vegan there. I haven't eaten super cooling and hydrating foods, so I don't know. That could actually be an amazing experience. So I'm gonna try this year to shake off all of my old preconceived notions and ideas of things, and try to approach things from a new perspective of what I know works, you know. And if you're healthy and you're hydrated, you should be able to handle any climate. Yeah. Yep. Wow, powerhouse here. 35 minutes live. I think I'm really gonna get off now, but maybe I will catch you all later, maybe with a workout video like I promised you in winter. I gotta keep my promises, or else who am I, you know? I keep my promises to myself. That was the first step. You have to keep your promises to yourself. The second step then is you keep promises to others. And I'm finally getting good again at keeping my promises to myself. So naturally the next step is keeping my promises to others. But I hope you all have a great day, and I will catch you later.